Hey guys, what's going on? 1 second, my webcam isn't showing up on the stream for some reason, so that's weird. Give me a sec here. Not sure why that's not showing up. Give me a sec. Wait, let me refresh. There we are. Okay, I got it to show up. Weird little technical difficulties going on here this evening. Anyways, hope you guys had a good week. As you know, or should hopefully know by now, we do our live streams every Sunday. And this week we have an interesting topic that kind of relates to something that happened in the car community this past week, in which a in which a Mustang was involved. Unfortunately, what's new, and a very large crowd was also involved, obviously, as they often go hand in hand together. So, let's just roll this little clip here, and you guys can kind of see what's going on.
Wait, first off, I just want to say hello,
Oh,
everyone.
he is
Yeah,
here. Ryan's here.
this story just popped up today, so we figured why not talk about it? You know, this has been going on in the car community for a long time,
Right.
long while. So,
Exactly.
what better time than now?
Hey, Gavin. How's it going? Let me get this. Okay, so let's go ahead and just roll this clip and just watch what happens. Right, so he's doing his donuts and stuff, right? Um, he seems to be doing well so far, and not so well anymore. He just plows right into everyone. And everyone starts hitting his car. They start jumping on his car, on his hood.
Gosh,
It gets pretty ugly pretty quick for this guy. Yeah,
that was
everyone's
so bad.
everyone's really upset at that.
I sincerely hope that everyone is okay from that accident.
Yeah.
That was really bad. And from what I've heard, a few people sustained some broken bones, but other than that, I have not heard if anyone died. I hope they did not. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Gavin.
Yeah, hopefully everyone is okay. Um, he looked like he hit that crowd pretty quick. Let's go back here and just have a 1 second look at it.
So let's talk about this. Like, there's kind of two different sides of the story here, and like both of them, I kind of totally understand. First off, you know, predominantly people have been talking about why are these people standing around this car doing donuts in the middle of this crowded parking lot? Why are people around? Um, and like, yeah, I do see what they're saying. I understand that vantage point that I'm,
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
But then at the same time, if this guy doesn't know how to actually drift his car, why is he getting behind the wheel?
In in a close proximity with a large crowd of people,
Right.
like at first he seemed to be doing okay from uh well from like what the video showed, but I wonder how he lost control of it, you know? So uh hopefully this is like the same Mustang too in the videos, but Ryan, it showed him doing small like donuts around this person, and he seemed to be doing fine, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then it actually cuts over like to this new clip where it looks to be the same Mustang. Like maybe someone patched these two incidents like together. But anyways, um, either way, hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't run into people in the future, and hopefully everyone's okay from it because that was horrifying to watch.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was actually hard to watch, and it also was kind of hard to watch them tear apart the car. But
Yeah, I mean that's kind of. I
you
mean,
know, we're only human. We make mistakes. I totally understand that. But again, this also goes back to if he didn't know how to drift, if he didn't know how to drive, why was he getting behind the wheel and doing that?
right, right. Yeah, because I'm actually curious as to what he was doing wrong there. you know, like in that situation? Like, was he just not giving it enough gas, like to break the tires loose? Because it looks like he understeered quite a bit.
He zigged when he should have zagged, that's for sure.
Right you are, Ryan. Right you are.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. That's hard to decipher from the video. And, you know, there is obviously, you know, I'm sure people know the owner of the car, and it's very possible he could have ruined the car meets at that spot for everyone from now until forever.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm sure the owner doesn't feel too happy about it.
He probably he probably feels pretty ashamed of himself right now, to be honest. Which I mean, I would too, obviously, and I'd feel super guilty, and I almost wouldn't want to come back like to the car scene after that, you know?
Right.
But I mean, you know, like things like these, oftentimes like ruin meets, like for local people, you know, like we've all seen those videos where, you know, like those cars try to show off, or those trucks try to show off, and they end up hitting into other cars or vehicles or people even.
Or
And
just ruining the
mhm.
meat spot for everyone in general. Also, I want to say hello to Matty Light. He commented and said, "I sold my Mustang for a reason, I suppose." Also, congratulations to Matt on getting his new C7 Corvette. That is exciting.
Ooh,
It's a beautiful car.
congrats. Congrats. What color is it?
White.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. He was sending me some Snapchats of both his Mustang and his C7 in the garage, and
Nice.
that's a nice garage. I wouldn't mind having that.
Right?
He ended up selling the Mustang,
Yeah.
obviously.
Um,
Yeah, so David Patterson actually did a video recently on Mustangs, and it was a really good video. So if anyone gets a chance, they should definitely give that a watch. And basically, he just kind of goes over, you know, why are Mustangs so commonly wrecked? You know, people wreck into crowds with them,
mhm.
and that kind of just goes back to their. It just goes back to their history. Like Mustangs are so embedded in our car culture. You know, there's 10 Mustangs for every one Corvette, or maybe even 20 Mustangs for every one Corvette that I see. I don't know. I don't actually keep track, but Mustangs are so embedded in our culture. If you ever ask someone that is actually not into cars, if you say, like, if you were to ever get a sports car, what sports car would you get? I would say a good percentage of that time somebody's going to say, "Oh, I'd get a Mustang,"
Right.
because people just know about the Mustang. It's a pony car. You know, Ford did a great job of advertising it.
Exactly. Yeah, 'cause I mean, like back in the '60s, it was like the everyday car. Like it was like the secretary's car, you know?
Mhm.
So it was super popular, and then it just, you know, gained traction from there after they did a little like redesigning of it, and after they marketed it like to new people. And one of the reasons why it is so popular too is because you make good power for not that much money. You
Right.
know, I mean, like these new Coyotes, you know,
Except for the three valves.
well, right. Um, but yeah, like the new like 5.0s and stuff. um, you can put out over what like it's around what like
You can
420-ish maybe, blaze it maybe. Uh,
they 420 plays. No, I know like bolt-ons tune you can make like 440 to
mhm,
450, maybe 460 to the wheels. They're very good. Yeah, you know, I like the V8. It's a good V8. It's
mhm.
bigger, and I feel like in the next few years we actually may see more and more 5.0 swaps into other cars. You know, I don't think they'll ever overtake LS swaps, but they're trying.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely a very affordable and also capable engine for sure, and you can pick up used, you know, like Mustangs with a 5.0 pretty cheap.
Okay, so Matt just commented and he said 420 on the 13 and 14 Mustangs and 435 on the 15 to 17. So you were
So
right,
I,
man.
I was right on. Nice.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Cobra Jet intake. For some reason, I thought the Cobra Jet intake was a really big power adder, but I think it's just top end power that it gives those 5.0s.
Gotcha. And see, what's also interesting too is that uh, the, you know, big V8 with the rear wheel drive isn't only a exclusive thing like to the Mustangs. Uh, you have Camaros out there. You have Corvettes. You have Ferraris. Like it's not um, an exclusive shoot like setup, I guess. So why is it that only Mustangs have this reputation then? That's a really interesting question, I think. If it like shares, like a similar setup with these other cars, why is it only Mustangs?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I don't know, Matt. Maybe you can chime in and let us know. Do people ever like autocross or like make a Mustang like a track car? I don't know if I've ever seen it. I don't know if the chassis is actually set up well for that. It could just be like a good straight line car.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. That's a really good question. Matt did chime in and say, yeah, it's a good top end power out of the Cobra Jet intake. That's what he had on his
Oh,
Mustang.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I know in my few times that I've been to autocrosses, I have seen a few Mustangs there.
Hmm.
The guys didn't particularly do well. I don't think they really knew what they were doing, but they wanted to try it out. Matt just said, and he said it's not way too much of a nosedive. Too many young kids. Yeah, too many young kids crashing into walls. I completely, agree with that. So maybe the chassis are not set up correctly to go around a turn very well. Maybe they're just set up, to go in a straight line. That's not a bad thing. The old Fox bodies were amazing cars. I mean, they still are. I think Fox bodies alongside of F bodies, like F body Camaros and Firebirds, I think those two are some of the best chassis to go a straight line in. Those are
Oh
amazing.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I've always loved the Firebird. I'm a huge fan
Yeah.
of the WS6. So yeah, yeah. Let's see here. He did say that a lot of like younger kids are getting a hold of these cars, and like they see. I imagine they see movies and like um, other videos of of uh, of good drivers actually drifting these cars and stuff. So they probably want to try and do it too, which is like what leads to a lot of this. Um,
And I mean, V8s sound awesome too. Like
oh
you
yeah.
can't deny that. When I originally was looking for a car back in 2012, I never ever expected that I would land on a Japanese car like my Subaru. I wanted a V8. I wanted that V8 Rumble, and then I landed on the Subaru, and I haven't looked back. I'm very happy with my decision. But V8s sound badass.
They sound so good, especially with cams. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Um, actually, Ryan, so this is a small little segue, but uh, I was able like to drive Sam's Camaro the other day, and that was
Hmm.
fun.
That thing lopes hard.
Yeah, it's
Sounds good.
it's nice. I have to do a little
That
video
was,
over
that
it.
was nice of him to let you drive it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't drive anything of mine.
no?
I'm giving you.
Oh,
You drove my Lexus
I
already.
did. I did. And that was fun.
Matt said the new Grand Sport Vet is $20 less per month insurance wise than the 1350. Ooh,
What?
that's awesome.
That's
So
wow.
that's amazing.
High liability. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. One of our other friends actually crashed into a wall back in
Mm,
high school and totaled it. So yeah, like I think
yikes.
if you were to ask us, if you were to go up to a random person at a car meet and ask them, "Hey, do you know of any Mustang friends of yours that have had accidents?" I would be willing to bet they at least know of one person.
Right, right. Yeah, it's just one of those weird, uh, things that has happened in the car community. It it just did.
Right. Also, Matt, we don't mind you commenting. We actually enjoy it.
Yes,
This helps bring up new articles, not new articles, but new topics. So
exactly.
that's totally acceptable.
Heck yeah, like we want the engagement and feedback definitely. So yeah, yeah, nice
Also,
job.
Also, because of how many Mustangs there are, this could actually be a lot of the reason why there are some stupid kids getting into Subarus. Is like there are so many of them, so it's easy to mod. You can buy a secondhand part for
That's
next to
true.
nothing, and life's too short to stay stock, bro.
Amen.
Yeah. That I did not wear this shirt for that reason, but that just worked out well.
Heck yeah. Uh,
Yeah, shout outs to um, Jason for getting me this shirt.
nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, so some of the other things that David Patterson is doing. Oh, he's doing his ancestry thing. I was like, what is he doing right now? Um,
And I
some of the
guess,
things
yeah.
that David Patterson just talked about was just how far embedded into our culture the Mustangs are. You go to any car meet, and there could be like an entire line of them.
Hmm.
They're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They're easy to get. They're cheap. You know,
Yep.
especially the body style before the New Edge Mustang. I think those are probably the cheapest body style.
The what, like the S13s, like the 2012 through 2014-ish, or the ones
No,
before that?
older. New Edge is like oh,
Oh,
it's like oh
okay.
three oh four Cobra has the New Edge body style, but
Gotcha.
the New Edge body style came out before that.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, so I think that would be a really cool idea, Matt, because
Yes.
who who doesn't want to learn how to drive their car well? And I think if you give people a track to go to and an instructor to help them with their cars, whether it be like a drift car, a drag car, like whatever, I think they could really benefit from that.
Yeah. You should play a video of just some Mustang crash compilations now.
Oh gosh.
Um, sorry.
Mustang Week, here we come.
Yeah, I mean that's the topic tonight. Sorry if we bring up a topic that's too risque for you or something like that, but we're gonna do that from time to time. I mean, next week we're gonna be talking about tuners. So we were supposed to talk about that about 3 weeks ago, but we never got to it. But yeah, if you don't want to chime in and watch us talk about these Mustangs, then you can leave. You do you, boo boo.
Well,
I'm kidding, guys.
Ryan's laying down the gavel. Yeah,
Oh,
like one of my friends, his his dad works at a like Chevy dealership, and he was actually invited out to that same school out there in Nevada, like for the weekend, and he got to drive the C7s around the track and stuff, and he said it was great. So that's a really cool thing that like Chevy does. But I also know that Ford has something similar with the RS and the STs, um, where they teach you how to kind of get the most out of those cars, which is pretty cool. Which I wonder why like Subaru hasn't done anything like that. That would be fun.
Subaru does a lot of stuff, but the one thing that they don't do, Subaru, if you're listening, God forbid if you are listening, stop putting glass pistons in our Subarus. Also, stop putting glass transmissions in our cars.
I mean, let's be honest. The STI tranny is pretty bulletproof,
It's pretty great.
but rods and pistons, those need to be upgraded for sure.
Yeah, there needs to be more R&D on Subaru motors.
Hmm.
But, we're getting off topic. Sorry. Anyways, what are we doing right now in time?
We
97 to
are
oh 04 was the New Edge. Thank you, Matt
New
Jones.
Edge, nice. So we're about at 20 minutes as of right now, so not
Oh,
too bad. A little
guess
over.
yeah, I guess we should give a plug to our sponsors.
Yep. Here, let me.
Also, we want to thank all of our viewers tonight who have been chiming in and watching. This has by far been the most active chat that we've had, and that is kind of
Matt.
expected.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, actually, there's two Matts now. Oh man.
Oh, that gets confusing.
Let's see. Let's go with one sponsor, Seamless Designs, because who doesn't want new shift boots and e-brake boots for?
That's right. And from what I've been seeing on their Instagram story, they have been adding newer, like more and more shift boots. They've been supporting more and more cars. So go check out their website weekly because I think they're going to get quite a few out there.
Right, right. Yeah, like he does a lot of good work, and his Instagram is actually gaining a lot of followers, which is pretty cool to
Oh yeah.
see.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then Anarchy Motive as well. They do shift knobs, so we have both covered for you, shift boots and knobs. Um, and I haven't gotten his shift knob. Well, I haven't got my shift knob from him rather, but it should hopefully be here this next week. So
Okay.
I'll have.
Yeah. From what I've heard from another friend, it took him a little bit to get one out for him.
Mhm. Which I mean, I understand because he had some like life things going on, I guess. Uh, but like his quality, like will speak for the time that it has
Yes.
taken to actually get
Yes.
it out.
I've seen his work. It is
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah. So um, in life, you have to have patience. So what can I say?
It's a virtue, man.
It is. It absolutely is. So yep. Well, Ryan, are you putting out your video this week?
I am, yes. Oh
Nice.
God, I'm so sorry everyone about that. That was just an absurd mess with. Okay, so I took a time lapse using my phone.
It looked really cool, by the way, everyone.
It looked awesome. I was so happy with it, and I was like, this is just going to add a whole new level to some of my YouTube videos. And then I get to the editor, and it couldn't be imported onto the file, like onto the timeline. It was saying that the 24 frames per second that it shot in was too low, and that it needed to be higher, or I needed to set my video for um, a different frame rate. So I had to restart the entire thing all over again, and it wasn't as easy as copy and paste because I don't use anything easy right now. I'm just using Lightworks, and there was really no copy and paste feature. I tried it, and it did not work. So I had to basically restart from scratch.
Yep.
So very sorry about that.
It happens.
I
Um,
tried. I tried different. I tried to reformat it into a different video type. I tried about 10 different programs. And then I tried different frame rate, like a different frame rate program, but every time I tried a different frame rate, it would still bring it back to 24 frames per second. Uh, and then I tried Adobe Premiere. That didn't work because I wasn't familiarized with working with it yet.
mm,
And so I just decided to stick with Lightworks.
yeah. Well,
Anyway,
well, hopefully we can get all of that taken care of for you, Ryan, because I
yeah,
know
it'll be out this week.
it is frustrating for sure. Yeah, so stay tuned. I guess like for that video, it's about your engine teardown, right?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes.
Part one.
So that should be pretty fun.
Hmm.
Um, I am looking forward to it, and I know everyone else is too. So I guess with that, guys, we appreciate all of the support and all of the engagement. It's always nice to have. Um, hit up our social media as always, and we shall talk to you later, I guess. Bye.